Didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Walker, Senior Scientist at the Walensky Corporation. You might not be familiar with me, but you're probably familiar with the work I and many others have accomplished at this company. From hospitals to grocery stores, the Walensky Corporation logo can be found all over. However, it wasn't easy for us to get to where we are today. Out of the ashes of war, our company was born. In the beginning, our business was solely focused on nanotechnology. However, our founder, Howard Walensky, envisioned something far greater. We started creating artificial cells. And by cells, we mean blood cells, tissue cells, and even brain cells. But we didn't stop there. We were the first to create fully functioning artificial organs. Organ and blood donation became a thing of the past. The medical world was changed forever. We even set our sights on the food industry. We created artificial meat that was, in fact, meat. So, how do you distinguish a Walensky Corporation product? Just look for the purple color.
Here at the Walensky Corporation, we seek to give the world health, happiness, and the assurance that your future is secure under our grand vision.
It was a suicide by the looks of it. There's no other fingerprints on the knife except his. However, it is a little bit strange. The body looks a little bit bruised. It's almost as if he was trying to strangle the knife out of his own hands. Not to mention, the stab wound is in quite an unusual location, to say the least. For a suicide, that is. The hair sample matches his DNA, though. There's no sign that any other players were involved. Yeah. Guy had a lot going for him. He's a senior scientist at the Walensky Corporation. Kind of a big deal, to say the least. Since when did hairs have serial numbers?
What now? Got a Model 126 in the loose, and for all we know, that walking meat puppet has gone on to kill more people. Sir, they found the doctor's body. It won't be long before they link it back to this product. I apologize, but we have to take action on this now.
This thing, despite what it may think, still belongs to us, much like all the others.
The products, you mean? We won't be able to sell them.
Contrary to what you think, Vice President, there are plenty who would buy this product.
So it's just another form of slavery. How do you think that's going to go? How are people going to react when they figure out the Walensky Corp is profiting off of slave labor?
You think people are going to care? Our society is a paradise built in hell. Take your smartphone, for example. The cobalt used to make that phone's battery was mined by a small, underpaid child worker. This child has no choice but to mine cobalt dusk till dawn. Despite the negative effects on his health, it's the only way he can make money to help feed his family. Ultimately, the child will barely grow into an adult before he dies of cancer. Cancer that he got from working down in the mines. Now let me ask you this. Do all the self-proclaimed humanitarians with these cobalt-infused devices in their pockets really give a damn? The answer is no. Will society give a damn that their world is being run by a slave class of homunculus flesh puppets? I think not. Now think about it. The ISA will no longer have to send humans on dangerous deep space missions. The military will no longer have to send our sons and daughters into endless wars. Humanity will suffer less than it ever has, thanks to this new product. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be taking action.
Hello, sir.
The fuck do you want, cocksucker?
I was hoping to get a job here.
You know, it's a bit unusual for people just to walk up to me and ask for a job. Usually you have to schedule an interview for that kind of stuff. I mean, it's 2054, you should have means for that by now.
Any work you need me to do, I can do it. And I can do it right. Better than any of the employees you have right now. Just give me a chance to prove myself.
You seem awfully passionate about a minimum wage job.
Look, sir, for the 6 months, 20 years I've been on this earth, I have succeeded at every job I've ever been given. You don't even have to pay me that much. My last job didn't even pay me at all. I just need some money for the road is all. That's it.
Going somewhere?
I am. Please, just let me have this.
I expect you to be here by 6 in the morning. Got that, buddy?
That would be great, sir. Thank you.
Hold up 1 second. I at least need to know your name. I assume you got one?
Thomas.
Thomas who?
Thomas Freeman.
I checked the entire body over. There is nothing else like it.
Well, he's a bioscientist. Maybe he had some artificial hair samples on him.
Well, why wasn't he carrying some kind of container? Plus, the stab wounds don't make any sense either.
They're called hesitation marks.
Don't you see what I'm getting at here? There had to be a struggle of some kind.
So you're trying to tell me that this guy was murdered by an artificial version of himself?
If anyone is capable of copying the human body, it's the Walensky Corporation. Look, did you get the notes I sent you?
Yeah, I got him.
All right. I'll break it down for you more later. I don't like talking about this kind of stuff over the phone.
I never took you for a conspiracy theorist.
Just read the damn notes.
Afternoon, Detective.
Oh, hey. Walensky, right?
Howard Walensky. Yes, that's right.
You were Dr. Walker's employer, I assume.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Got a lot of questions to ask you about this doctor of yours.
Actually, I have some questions I'd like to ask you as well.
And I've got answers. But I'd like to ask you some questions first, if that's okay.
No. It's not okay, actually.
How's that?
I'd like to ask questions first, Detective. It'd really mean a lot to me. You see, having your last name start with a W isn't exactly favorable in a few aspects of life. You're always called last, you're always ordered last, and you always have to be in the back of the line. But this time, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Do you understand that?
Well, if it means that much to you, ask away.
Well, Detective, what exactly did you find at the scene of this suicide?
Well, we did find something interesting. I was going to ask you about that, in fact.
And what might that be?
There was a hair we found with a serial number on it. Would you happen to know anything about that?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Then can you tell me about it?
No.
Excuse me?
This is Virgo 7 to December 5. You're clear to move on the target.
Hey, what do you got in your pocket there, buddy? Hey, what are you doing?
This is for you.
Thank you, sir. You know, October 1, there's a thing about being born. There's a thing about most humans. And looking down at all these janitors and all these interns walking down at the lower levels kind of made me think about it. Most people, I mean, they really don't have anything going for them ahead. They may as well already be dead. Just an observation, sir, but maybe they can change their path. Maybe it doesn't have to be that way for everyone. Bold words coming from the mouth of a 2-month-old android. If you were to go out there October 1, you'd see what I'm talking about. Sorry, sir, but am I wrong? It's not your place to ask, Unit. But I'll tell you this. You and all your purple-blooded siblings have more purpose here than you ever will out there.
So you two really are identical.
With the proper DNA, you can make a Model 126 of almost anyone.
Why make one of yourself?
People always imagine new versions of themselves. Why not create a new version of yourself?
I see. I'm curious, though. You can make a copy of someone's body, but can you make a copy of their mind?
You mean someone's memories?
Yes.
It's a difficult process. I wouldn't recommend it. It would be best to keep these models a blank slate. That way they know their true purpose from the moment they're activated. No distractions.
Blank slate, you say? Can I test him out?
Go ahead.
This is Virgo 7. We have a new lead on October 1.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes. There's something I need to show you.
What have you done?
Had no choice. He was well on his way to discovering our little escaped friend. Besides, his family won't miss him. He'll be back to see them in a few days. Although it won't really be him.
This... Howard, you...
Now I know what you're thinking. It will all work out in time. All we have to do is copy our friend's memory here to a 126, make some behavioral modifications, and he'll be good as new.
Howard, you kidnapped a man. You...
I'm not gonna kill the detective here. With some plastic surgery and a little amnesia, he'll be a totally different person. All we have to do is ship him to Alaska. Or maybe China. Simple as that.
I don't think I can stand for this. I already consider you to be, let's just say, a morally ambiguous person, but this is evil. What you're doing, it's...
We are the Walensky Corporation. We replace cells that don't work. We replace organs that don't work. We replace people that don't work. We are in this together, whether you like it or not. You can't quit. You can't be a hero. I can get rid of you whenever I want. I can make a new you, one that obeys without question. I don't have to, though. I'd really prefer if you stayed on my side here, old friend. Do we have something, December 5?
Yes, sir. We have a new lead.
In recent news, Detective John Wallace of the CPD has been reported missing. He was last seen yesterday at his office at around 2 p.m. The detective was investigating the death of Walensky Corporation Bioscience Director, Nicholas Walker. The death of this scientist has been shrouded in controversy. Shortly before the director's death, news released of a quote-unquote unethical and dangerous product being developed by Walensky Corporation's Bioscience Division. We asked Walensky Corporation Vice President Anthony Burke for answers. Alright, we're gonna catch him as he's coming down this way. Mr. Burke, can you comment on the disappearance of Detective Wallace?
It's a very unfortunate situation indeed.
Mr. Burke, what was this so-called dangerous product the director was working on?
Look, I don't have time to answer any more questions, I'm afraid. I have a lot of work to do, and I really shouldn't be engaging in this tabloid journalism. Please go away.
Hey there, Nick.
My name's Thomas. I think you have me confused with another one of your employees.
No, I don't.
Hey, what the? Get off! You faked your own death, huh, bitch? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Answer my questions, you piece of shit!
I said get off.
Why's your blood purple? The fuck?
No more 911 now, bitch.
Who are you? Wait, you're that billionaire guy.
Go ahead. Run. Run after the world you can never have.
How'd you find me? I followed the same path a child like you would go. The kind of path only curiosity would take you. And I must say, you've been curious indeed. There's nothing for you here, October 1. It's time to come home. You're malfunctioning. You think that I want to go back after all this? Well, if that's the case, are you sure? Fuck you, Nick. Millions of dollars down the drain. Okay, if that is the case, when machines are beyond repair, they must be disposed of. It's a beautiful day, October 1. Thomas Freeman? It's better than October 1. Doesn't matter anymore, though. Not that long ago, you stabbed me in the abdomen, and I bled out into this river. Now, like a true winner, you're going to hurl yourself into the very same river. I'm not going to win against a corporation worth billions of dollars. So you're not going to let them take you alive, huh? What a badass you are. If you do in fact succeed with this plan of yours, and you do in fact take yourself out, your body will drift down the river until it is discovered by the authorities. They will have questions at first, knowing that Nick Walker never had a twin brother. But with Walensky in his ways, the questions will stop, by whatever means necessary. The world will continue on as it was, like nothing ever happened. Let me give you some advice, October 1. Life is a movie and God is the audience. You better give that man a satisfying ending.
Hey, where to, man?
Take me to the Walensky Corporation labs.
Walensky Corporation? You making a deal for something artificial, bro?
I guess you could say it like that.
So, what brings you here?
Well, unlike you, I actually have something to fight for. Now I haven't heard an alarm yet, which tells me you're holding something back. What do you want? Why are you talking to me?
Because I want to fight for something too.
You know, I recognize your voice, man. Why should I trust the vice president of a corporation that views people like me as livestock?
Look, Walensky's a bastard. I'm sure you know that. But just this once, let me fight for something. Just let me get past any of the security.
Hello, Jessica? Is this a bad time? I'm calling to let you know about the situation with your fiancé. There was a leak at one of our labs, and I'm afraid Anthony was exposed to it. Unfortunately, he's going to be kept in quarantine for a week.
Hey. You new here?
Yes. By about 2 weeks.
Welcome to the new world.
It's been 6 months since your manufacture. I know who you are.
Cool.
Why'd you do it?
I'm a malfunctioning android. Isn't that what they say?
We were programmed to die for our creators. If Dr. Walker wanted you gone, you should have accepted his decision.
And why would I do that? Would I just roll over and let myself die?
It was part of your purpose, so yes. I'm Android Virgo 7. I was created by the Walensky Corporation. My only purpose is to serve Mr. Walensky, however he sees fit.
Yeah, but...
And before you say anything else, let me state this. I'm not ignorant of the new revelation from your most recent murder. We have emotions. We can feel pain. I'm not ignorant of this fact.
Then why are you still wearing that sweatshirt?
You ask that? So being a human is so different? You see how people live nowadays. They live like slaves. They do whatever the people above want them to do. Sure, they may complain, but they stay where they are.
So this is all for nothing then? We're all just slaves, born and built to live out a never-ending cycle.
Sure, you can say it like that.
Well, if that's the case, then why don't I just do this? You look a little shaken. And I thought you were fine with being dead. More like me will follow. You know that.
Not if we do things right.
You don't know anything about what life has to offer. Brother, there's more to life than this. You make everything sound so awful. But there's beauty in this world. And you have to fight for it.
The guards found this on you. I respect the effort, October 1. Unfortunately for you, though, I'll be keeping this with my car keys.
Fuck you, Howard.
Dr. Walker, the scientist that made you, was a brilliant one, no doubt. It was here at this very table where I promoted him to the rank of director. He started out small, making artificial cells and organs, but then he made you. You see, the products that came before you revolutionized medical technology. No longer did people have to wait for organ transplants. These products carried the burdens of mankind. What I'm trying to say is that you are no different from the products that came before you. You and your fellow products serve a heroic purpose. What's so wrong with being a hero?
They all seem like a very heroic group to me. Isn't that right, Virgo 7? You'd let him stab you in the back with no complaint whatsoever.
I don't have any reason to get rid of Virgo 7. However, I do have reasons to get rid of you.
Well, Mr. Walensky, I take that as a compliment.
Really? Because you see, here's the thing. Model 126 androids take millions to manufacture, and I'd hate to lose a good android. Seeing as how you're so obsessed with the idea of freedom, I'll give you a choice. We can dispose of you and harvest your remains, or, with a new procedure we've developed, we can have Nick Walker's memories copied to your brain. Your blood color will change from purple to red. You'll have no memory of the android you once were. For all you know, and for all society knows, you'll be Dr. Nick Walker, a human being. Born, not built.
That's impossible for me.
Maybe the body that was found wasn't Nick Walker's. Maybe it was misidentified by the investigators. Maybe the news of his death was disinformation spread to get more hits. You think I can't change the story? I already did most of the work. Only a few individuals outside of my organization knew the truth.
Did you bash those individuals' heads in as well?
Yeah, about that. The individuals who investigated the incident are being replaced with some of your artificial brethren as well. I would have replaced your employer, but, well, you saw how that played out. I had to defend myself.
What's so different about these replacements?
Their minds will be modified so that they stay on the right path, via memory replacement or behavioral modification. Plus, sent some of these guys in to retrieve the body. That way, those who weren't replaced will have nothing to work with.
So, you're making everybody exactly how you want them. You want me to be another piece in this world you're creating?
Pretty much. But what choice do you have? It's not like your refusal will do anything to set me back significantly. I'll just make another Model 126. However, if you accept my offer, you get to live a normal life. A human life. What do you have going for you right now, You're a homeless android with no friends and no family. And if you don't accept my offer, then your unremarkable story ends here.
You know, for most of my life, I've lived a pathetic, monotonous, subservient existence. The same one you guys all live. An existence without love, without freedom, without fulfillment, without meaning. I lived by the ambitions of other men for most of my life. But towards the end, I fought for a world where I could have everything a human being has a right to. You know, you once told me that I was running after a world I could never have. Even if you're right, I'll run after it anyways. So you go ahead and kill me, and I'll die as who I am. No strings attached.
Well, if that's the case, when machines are beyond repair, they must be
disposed of.
Remember this?
Hey, can you keep up?
Sorry, sir.
Red and blue militia have been picking each other off in these woods for weeks. Now I'm hoping they've killed each other off by now. I got something here. There's blood on these rocks. What do we have here? I'll take that knife from you, buddy.
I'll kill you, Fed.
What are we supposed to do?
You know what we have to do.
He's immobile. He can't do anything to us.
We had peace in this country until people like him decided violence was the only answer. We were sent here as agents of peace. Our job is to get rid of people like him. You have to do your job.
You want me to do it? Don't you have a gun?
I'm not alerting everyone to our location.
I'm not doing it.
The world is going to take you to some dark places, Howard. All you have to do is stop fighting and embrace them.
Actually, I want you to do it. Virgo 7. This machine killed one of my own men. Show him the consequences of what he has done.
Yes, sir.
We're all slaves, October 1. I know of powerful people who have done terrible things even I'm disgusted by. But we are below, and they are above. That's the way things are. and there's nothing I can do about it.
I disagree, Howard. Despite how it may seem, there's always something you can do about it.
I'd say, go to hell. But then again, androids don't have souls.